Motorists got a nice present on Workers' Day. In case you don't know, for some reason, fuel prices have been slashed. Petrol dropping by 73 cents a litre, and if you drive a diesel vehicle, it's 55 cents a litre cheaper. But here's the question, how are those reductions going to impact elsewhere? Let's speak to senior economist Christ Hart, who we drag in every time the petrol price changes, which, as you imagine, Chris, is just about all the time, really.
Yes.
What I want to know, though, of course, is we talk about the petrol price going up. You yourself have said it. That means the food price goes up. Let's flip it on its head. Is it going to come down?
Fuel prices go up and food prices don't come down. Don't you know that's how it works?
Why not, I think is what people are asking.
No, I think the end of the day it'll slow the rise, if you like, if anything else. But I think because the fuel price is not the only factor in the whole supply chain, but it's an important factor. I think people just use the additional latitude. It's very, we in a system that sort of is constantly rising, prices as such. So the system's not really strongly geared to prices coming down. It's not as if we've got deflation like you've had in Japan, for instance, etc. But at the end of the day, we do need to actually ask our suppliers. If we put the petrol price or these prices up because of the fuel prices, what about it now? But,
a comment I was reading yesterday, maybe you could react to this, is that logistically it's difficult for retailers to keep adjusting their figures as often as the petrol price decreases and increases. Is that a valid comment?
It is a valid comment because, again, when the petrol prices go up, it doesn't necessarily mean that you see this price goes up immediately, etc. So people tend to, review prices on a yearly or half-yearly basis. It just depends on the kind of cost pressures that are reflected at any time. So you'll find if you actually monitor prices specifically, right, you'll find that that they haven't really changed on a day-to-day basis. It's just that if you take a basket of goods, the prices are changing at different times, but if you take specific items, you'll see that is specifically the case. And I actually do that, and you see that sometimes the prices don't change for a whole year, sometimes even 2 years.
That's why we dragged you and your basket of goodies in here to explain this. I don't have the business acumen of you or Eleni Jokos, so explain to me in layman's terms this sudden reduction and quite a big adjustment. Motorists are happy about 73 cents. How has it come down so rapidly from the 90 odd cents we saw a while ago? And does it mean it's going to jump again by another rand?
Not really. There's two factors. The two main factors that we see for most of the year is the rand-dollar exchange rate and the oil price. And sometimes the rand weakens and the oil price goes down, so the two factors work against each other, and then the rand can strengthen, the oil price can go up, and then they sort of negate each other again. But last month we had the rand strengthen and the oil price come down, and so the two factors just combined to actually get a nice reduction in the petrol price. The previous month it was the opposite, which is why we got such a big increase. But there was also an increase in the tax as well. One needs to also say that, but that tax factor is once a year, and we had that in the 90-cent increase.
The crystal ball is what I like to call it as well. In the next few months, electricity prices people paying each month, that's going to go up because you're using more electricity to stay warm. Budgets become an issue. Is there going to be another increase, do you think? Do you dare go as far as to venture that question?
Yes. Look, if one sits back and reflects, the fuel price over the years has been going up. That's the ongoing upward trend. It would take a major downturn in the global economy for the oil prices to really come down of any significance. But in that instance, you'll find the rand would weaken. So the weaker rand, lower oil price, the two factors will negate each other anyway. So I think rather just expect that fuel prices will, over time, be higher. If you take this time next year, expect it to be higher rather than lower.
Don't think you're saving money yet. Rather put it away and keep it for when it goes up again. Chris, as always, a pleasure.
My pleasure.
To have you in. Senior economist Christ Hart speaking to us about the fuel price cuts and also what to expect in the next few months.
News that moves. eNCA.com.